Hi, everybody. I would like to have a quick chat with you about how tests can support the first principle of Agile. Now, you might be thinking, first principle of Agile, I can't remember what that is. So let's start there. The first principle of Agile is that our highest priority is to satisfy the customer through early and continuous delivery of valuable software. Very often when we talk Agile transformation, we have a tendency to talk about the early and the continuous part. The fact that we can continuously deliver software and new versions to our customer, they can give quick feedback so that we can change to support their way of working. I would like to talk about the last two words in the sentence, valuable software. Because that's what we're really here for, to create value to our end users. But in order to do that, we need to understand what that is. What is it they need us to do to create for them? And that takes me one step back to where it all started with Agile. The Agile Manifesto saying that individuals and interactions over processes and tools. Because one of the best ways to create that understanding, to get that understanding as an Agile team together with our stakeholders, is with individuals and interaction. Make a workshop, have the discussion. Why is it you need us to do this? What is the value that you need us to create? How can we support and improve your ways of working? That's the interesting start in any project, in any feature. Because then we can create a backlog that is actually founded in that dialogue, in that common understanding of the value that we want to deliver to our customers. That will help us hit the target and make the necessary difference in their daily work. It sounds easy. It's not, but it's necessary. And it's actually also pretty fun to do. And an interesting thing to think about here is, as testers with our testing toolbox, we have a lot of stuff that can support that process. We often talk about this as test design techniques. But if you take the word test out of it and just think design techniques, then it's a whole other thing. It's modeling tools. It's a way to illustrate and visualize what it is they need. This is an example. This is just a data flow diagram or a process diagram. It shows the business processes with activities and decisions. You can also choose a more detailed notation by using BPMN to draw this. But the main thing is get up to the whiteboard with your end users. When they want a new feature, when they want a new solution, understand the business process that you're going to support with that. And you as a tester, you have so many questions because you have your critical thinking, the mindset behind a tester. You are thinking all the time, but how am I going to test this? Be a part of this dialogue. Another one would be this. This is just a state transition diagram. We use that every time we build a state transition, a state machine. But think about it. If you look at this from a business perspective, this illustrates the work process from the minute that I have a challenge with my internet. It gets registered in a ticket as new. The whole flow with booking a repair guy, him being en route to my address, fixing it, coming back, completing the work, sending me the invoice. So it's another notation that there's a business flow behind this. But drawing this, and most importantly, drawing the arrows and discussing where the errors should not be, is an extremely important dialogue to have with your business. By having that and by illustrating it this way, we can help building the right system rather than them figuring out that errors were missing when it goes into production. And this is just a couple of examples. There's many different ways to do this with our testing toolbox. Classification trees, I use that if we are discussing a dialogue or we're discussing different ways of combining data. Decision tables, great to have a discussion on how a business rule works. So there's many different ways of doing this. And all this in the context of understanding the business need. Not, I'm going to test this, please tell me. What we do with it afterwards is not necessarily a part of this discussion, but no matter whether you're testing by being an exploratory tester, you grab the flow chart, you sit down, you explore the solution when you get it and find out whether it actually supports it, whether you use it as a foundation for user acceptance testing, creating scripted test cases, or even more so as a foundation for your test automation. It all adds up to creating and supporting value to our end users, and also supporting early and continuous delivery when we use that for our testing and for our test automation. So think about how you as a tester, with the toolbox you have, can support your team. And if you don't know the test design techniques I mentioned, go to YouTube, go to a training class, go to some of the many websites. Process cycle test is a part of TeamMap. You can find descriptions out there about process cycle test. Go have a look, learn, and use it. Very much. Now go out and make a difference, creating values to our end users. Thank you.